Are you a producer who wants to creatively express himself to the fullest, be it writing, giving interviews, shooting music videos, performing at concerts, going on tours, making records, and so on? Well, all this requires good health, because if you don't feel good, you won't be able to get your creative juices flowing. Hi, my name is Ivan and I am an engineer at Major Mixing, a company that's been doing mixing and mastering for over 10 years. Today, I will tell you an interesting story. This video is based on the life experience of our company's founder, Maxime, who at one point in life had issues with hearing, burnout, and overall health. Originally, our company was based in Ukraine, so we had a lot of revolutions, wars, and other commotions. After a mental breakdown, Max started to lose hearing, so he had to act fast to restore his health. As a result, he managed to get his hearing back, started being creative again, and became more energetic to live his life to the fullest. So, what did he do to achieve all this? That's what we'll discuss in today's video. Now we will talk about the importance of maintaining your health no matter what everyone else thinks. The majority of artists may still be using drugs and drinking alcohol while ignoring their health issues, but in the modern world, that kind of sex, drugs, rock and roll approach that was popular in the 80s no longer works. Today's artists are businessmen who focus on their productivity and value their mental and physical health. You can't have poor health and be successful in the fast-paced environment we live in with the abundance of information and too much stress. To be creative, you need to maintain your well-being on all levels, including your emotional state and body functions. Everything in your body should work like a clock. Then you will have high levels of serotonin and dopamine that will boost your creativity to new heights. As a result, you will have more new ideas and enough energy to bring them to life. Your life in general will become more meaningful and fulfilling. Don't ignore your health, thinking that your grandpa did nothing like that and managed to live up to 100 years while smoking and drinking. So you might as well just do the same. The truth is, that's not okay, and it's no longer the trend you should follow. The modern trend is to maintain a healthy lifestyle, which is especially important for people involved in music making, the producers, and everyone who works in the studio, because it's a stressful job. Usually, they spend too much time sitting and can't take care of their health properly. Nothing good will come from neglecting your health while you're still young and can do something about it. Before we continue this video, there is a short ad for our company. Major Mixing provides an online mixing mastering service for both independent musicians and popular artists. We have 10 years of experience working with major labels. With us, you get all kinds of services that allow you to create cool and professional sounding music. These include mixing, mastering, Dolby Atmos versions, analog mixing, pre-production, post-production, revisions, and many more. We've created a service that allows musicians to transform their demos into world-class radio-ready hits. To check out our service, click on the link below the video. Now, let's continue with our topic. First, we'll start with a classic phrase: "You are what you eat." We should always think about what we eat, because this phrase is true on so many levels. If you want to improve your well-being, the first thing that health coaches and doctors will tell you is that everything starts with food. If you dig deeper into this topic, you'll find out that the majority of health issues, along with depression and autoimmune diseases, are caused by bad eating habits. People often solve their health problems completely simply by changing their diet. You must have heard of elimination diets and gluten-free ones, but you should understand that it's all individual and should be tailored to your specific needs. Nevertheless, the one thing that you absolutely should do is remove all processed food from your diet. And I mean all of it. Max has spent years researching diets and nutrition, and he realized that some kind of paleo diet comes close to being the most balanced and healthy one for the majority of people. You should eat meat, dairy products, fruits, and vegetables, as well as fermented foods. You should exclude bread and grains from your diet and just eat these basic foods instead. If you eat like this, you'd be shocked at just how good you can feel. 98% of people who adopt this diet not only start feeling better in general, but also lose weight much faster while eating what they like. You don't need to complicate things. The main objective is to prioritize protein consumption. So try eating chicken thighs and ground beef instead of fatty steaks. You can also eat liver as much as you need, but no more than 30 grams per day to avoid consuming too much vitamin B. Not everyone likes liver, but you can experiment with different kinds to find the one that tastes good. For example, cod, chicken, or goose liver. Fruits are better than vegetables because they don't contain defense chemicals that are harmful to our bodies and can irritate the intestines. Those chemicals can also harm our mental state. Next, you should include some vegetables in your diet, such as sweet potatoes, carrots, zucchini, as well as cucumbers. Also, it turns out that a lot of people have a hard time processing leafy greens due to the defense chemicals and oxalates they contain. This means you can try excluding salad, kale, cabbage, spinach, and other greens from your diet to see how it feels. Naturally, a healthy person can digest just about anything, but everyone's bodies are different and you might actually feel better without those foods. Try following this diet for a few months and then add eggs, dairy, and milk products such as a raw cheese made of unpasteurized milk. To find out more about healthy eatings, you can look into Paul Saladino's animal-based diet. He explores various eating habits, sharing his knowledge about defense chemicals and what we should and shouldn't eat. Of course, you should take all this information with a grain of salt, but the type of the diet he described helped Max and many other people he knows to improve their health considerably. Many people can have gluten or defense chemicals intolerance without even realizing it. It may be hard to pinpoint the exact product you should avoid, so the best thing you can do is remove all dangerous foods from your diet and just eat healthy like that. The main trick here is discipline and self-regulation. Forget about cheating and having snacks whenever you feel hungry. Want to grab a snack? Then have some figs, a piece of cheese, some berries, or drink a yogurt with honey. There are plenty of things you can eat instead, and the best part is that you can always have them on you. Grab some fruits, apples, bananas, and so on. Go to the studio and work as you normally would. Don't have the time to go out for a proper meal? Then just eat an apple or a banana, have a bite of cheese, and you're good to go. You will feel satiated and your brain will continue working normally. And all that without eating unhealthy snacks. This type of diet allows to combine the stressful way of life led by producers and musicians with healthy eating. As a result, you can be productive and still feel good while eating what you want and avoid unhealthy foods. This way, you can travel and live your life to the fullest while taking care of yourself. The next thing we will talk about is sleep. This is the second most important element that causes us many health problems. If you don't sleep well, you will never be healthy. Creative people often experience problems with sleep. This happens due to their unusual brain functioning, which often becomes the cause of bipolar disease, depression, and other mental health issues. As a result, many artists have disrupted sleep cycles, which makes it hard for them to stay productive and maintain a healthy lifestyle. There's a man in the US named Brian Johnson who spends $2 million a year on his health, only trying to reverse the aging process and live forever. He says that out of all the things he spends that $2 million on, the most important one is his sleep. He prioritizes his sleeping habits most of all. This is what you should do too. You don't have to get up very early. Your main task is very simple. Find the time when you're the most productive. It can be different for people with various jobs. Maybe it's easier for you to work in the morning, while for other people it can be evening time. Find the exact period that you feel the most comfortable working at. For example, for Max, it's from 2 to 4 p.m. and it doesn't really matter when he gets up and when he goes to sleep. That's the time when he feels most active. This correlates with his other activities and schedule during the day. You should find your window of efficiency when you feel the most active and productive. The main trick here is not to get up as early as possible, but to sleep at the same time every day. No matter what happens and what you do, you should always come back home by that particular time and simply go to bed. Of course, when you're traveling or on tour, it may be hard to maintain such a tight sleeping schedule. Still, you shouldn't ignore it, especially in favor of some parties or staying up late to drink alcohol and have some fun. There are many artists who can serve a good example of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Steve Aoki and many different artists like Jared Leto, Lenny Kravitz, Pharrell Williams, for instance, practice biohacking. They have an active life with lots of traveling, clubbing, and nights out, but they still take care of their health and go to sleep at the same time every day. They created schedule in such a healthy way so it doesn't disrupt sleeping cycle. And if they could do it, then you can do it too. The next thing you should remember is to turn off all your gadgets 2 hours before going to bed. You should also switch all of your devices to night mode in the evening. iPhones even have a special red mode that allows you to activate the red color filter that reduces the blue tone, creating a red color scheme on your iPhone screen. You can do that by going to Settings, Accessibility, Display and Text Size, Color Filters. This way, the blue color will be blocked on your screen completely. Another thing you could do if you don't have such an option on your phone is buy blue blocking glasses for sleep. Rick Rubin, a famous producer, wears such glasses in the evening to regulate his circadian rhythm. This works because red light helps produce melatonin, a hormone responsible for sleep regulation. That's why wearing such glasses will help you sleep better. Another thing you can try is taking a hot shower half an hour before going to sleep. Your blood vessels will dilate after a hot shower, causing the body to release heat more actively. As a result, your temperature will drop, and that's a signal for your brain to go to sleep. This way you will fall asleep more easily. Next, you should pay attention to doing sports. This one is easy because everyone should do workouts regularly. The main problem for the majority of people is that they either don't exercise at all, or at some point in life they decide to start working out and then go overboard with it. They end up in a vicious cycle of starting this new healthy habit and then dropping it after some time because they're exercising too much. What you should do is exercise every day little by little. You don't need to go to a gym and spend hours on a treadmill until you can barely move. Your task is to do simple exercises and stretching. Even 5 minutes per day is enough. Do a little yoga here and there or go out for a walk. Just walk the bare minimum of 5 to 10,000 steps per day, or as much as you can. Next, do a sweaty workout for 5 to 10 minutes. Even 5 minutes is enough for most people. Go out for a short run or do some pull-ups, push-ups, and squats. Just make sure that you exercise until you start sweating and get a little tired. Once you achieve that, you can stop working out. You don't need to push yourself to your limits by doing a certain amount of exercise every day. Once you've got your endorphins up and running, with a small workout, you can go about your day as you normally would. What you should understand here is that the more you push yourself, the easier it is to stop exercising altogether. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. You need to work out a little, but do it regularly. Spend just 10 minutes of your time every day exercising and you will get enough endorphins to boost your mood and raise the energy levels. As a result, you will become more creative and happier with life in general, and that's why you should do sports. An average person doesn't need all those gyms, individual trainings, fitness, pilates, and so on. Just exercise every day a little and you're good to go. If you like running, remember to do it properly and use a forefoot strike to avoid harming your knees and other joints. The next item you should pay attention to is meditation. It is recommended to meditate every day. There's a lot of research on the topic and evidence proving that meditation has a positive impact on various brain functions. It improves your attention, concentration, and mood. It also helps maintain your mental health and reduces stress and anxiety levels. With meditation, the same principle applies as in sports. Do a little bit every day. You don't need to make any special preparations to start meditating. Forget about lighting up candles and sitting on a mat just to meditate. You can do it even on public transport. Just close your eyes for 30 seconds, concentrate on your breathing, and that's it. You might be disturbed with your thoughts process at first, but it'll get easier with time. You can repeat this simple procedure a few times for as long as you want. Meditation makes positive changes in your hormonal levels, improves your mood, boosts creativity, and have a powerful impact on your overall well-being. You shouldn't ignore it thinking this is some weird new age stuff. It's a viable instrument that can help you cope with depression and various mental issues. Max used to be skeptical about meditation before, but then he tried it himself and now recommends it to everyone. To conclude this video, I want to say that the key to leading a healthy lifestyle is finding a reason and motivation to work on yourself instead of spending your life and energy on things that aren't worth it. You have only one life and you should live it to the fullest. Find time for yourself and do the things I've mentioned in this video, and I guarantee your life will change for the better. As a result, you will become more successful and more confident in yourself. You will also get rid of depression, ADHD, and other mental health issues. If you're diagnosed with mental disorders or you're taking antidepressants, these tips will still help you lead a more fulfilling lifestyle. Have a nice day, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. And how do you manage to stay creative while maintaining a healthy lifestyle? Share your tips and tricks in the comment section down below. See you soon. Bye.